All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Controversial Room. Of course, as you all know, I'm your humble host, Prince Ewuzie. So, right beside me, I still have my guest. They never change. Amati, Ama, and Mr. Jerry. So I want you to greet our audience. Mr. Amati, Ama.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending the location you are watching from. Is another segment of Controversial Room. We are here again to hit the ground running. Stay tuned.
That statement, hit the ground running. Anyway, let's hit the ground running.
Let's hit the ground running.
All right, Mr. Jerry.
Okay, I'm still humble
architect.
Humble architect. Igwe Alo Jeremiah.
So now if
You never say you're an architect.
so but now if that my dream house, you feel design now for
You
me.
can bring it for me.
It's nice dealing with you.
Thank you, sir.
It's nice knowing he's an architect.
Honestly.
I was kind of scrolling on my Instagram. I saw him. His description, he was like architect in the making. I said no. In my mind, I was like, no, this is past. I think that should be an old account. I should be.
But it's good that he's an architect.
I'm still an architect. I'm still an architect. I still design.
Well, you will
houses.
design that my house.
No problem.
Yeah.
Mine too.
I did for you guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Happy.
Yeah.
All right. Let me borrow Mr. Amati as well to hit the ground running. So we will dive into today's matter. Today I have some few questions to ask. By God's grace, today's segment won't be kind of a long one. I expect it to be a short one. I have not a couple, I have a little question, one or two questions to ask our guests today. Meanwhile, before I ask them questions, to you, our viewers, I want to use this opportunity to first of all thank you all. We are seeing what you have been doing. The support, everything is massive, and we are promising you all that we will never fail, you guys. So many people are asking, what is this controversial room all about? Controversial room is where we deal all those controversial questions, controversial issues. Any question that you feel is controversial, bring it to our table. The door is open for you. So moving on, Mr. Jerry, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So for us to start, properly.
Okay.
So my first question is cutting off people. Cutting off people in your life. Is it a sign of peace of mind, or is it a sign of emotional immaturity to cut people, some certain people in your life, without letting them know? You won't inform them. Do you get? Is it a sign of, for your peace of mind, for you to have peace of mind, or it shows a sign of emotional immaturity? So what do you have to say on it?
Okay. I think what I have to say is, as for me, I think it's a sign of emotional immaturity. Why am I saying that? Is because everyone deserves an explanation about something. You get? So sometimes here are two things we need to get. Sometimes cutting people off, yes, can also be as a result of you protecting your own peace. However, before you cut people off, they deserve an explanation to know, maybe this thing that you did to me, or this thing you've been doing to me. Maybe you've been reminding them countless times, or this thing you've been doing to me, I can't condole it anymore. And for this reason, I just want to protect my peace. However, we are still friends, we are not enemies. That's for that one, for someone who have been doing something countlessly. Then, in other situation, you can cut people off, and the person, you keep the person in shadow. the person will be asking a lot of questions. In fact, the person may not even know that what he or she has done is even wrong. So in such situation, by telling them, it will help them to grow. Maybe they won't make that same mistake again. They will use it to learn that, this thing I did to somebody last time, this was what it cost that person. For this reason, I want to repeat it again. So those explanations helps them to grow. So if you want to let them know, this thing you did, I don't like it, you should be able to open up and communicate to them.
Okay. All right. I want to ask you, for you now to, explaining to them what they did. In the case maybe they kind of show a remorse to you. Will you continue on your decision to cut them off?
Okay. First of all, on the first one, which I said is, maybe when somebody have countless, when somebody shows when someone is remorseful about something, it's expected that there should be a change, which means this person shouldn't repeat it again. But if after being remorseful now, the next moment the person will still repeat the same thing, or the next time the person will still repeat, it shows that there's no change. That one is different. But if on account of you did something and the person felt remorseful about it, and you could feel that deep down in this person, he or she did not know, why not now? You could forgive. We are humans. If God didn't forgive us, I don't think most of us, we shouldn't be that hardened not to forgive people. What we are talking about is when something has become countless. When it's countless, you understand? That's where we are talking about. And when you don't know about something and they just cut you off, they have not given you a prior warning.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. So I'll move on to Mr. Amatiama. Mr. Amatiama, do you have any contrary view, or maybe you concur with him, you don't concur, anything at all to say on this?
Yeah. Thank you very much. You see, I don't think I can disagree with him here, because he has made a valid point here, and something worth doing is worth doing well. So cutting people off without a concrete explanation, not just in immaturity, it depicts or portrays a sign of weakness or cowardice from the person doing such. What I'm saying is that if you can't be bold enough to confront people when they have wronged you, I don't think you have that maturity enough to engage in whatever relationship, because a relationship comes with lots of controversies, up and downs. People must march on your toes, and you must be able to tolerate. So, but in a situation where boundaries have been repeatedly violated, you revisit your terms and conditions. You have to have a conversation with a person, and you see, over time you have been crossing boundaries, and I have kept on warning you. The next time I have you repeat this, you may not likely get a warning, so I will cut you off.
Just
so
cut the person off.
Yes, so I may not end up telling you that this is it, but when you don't see me communicate with you again, just know that this is what you've done. Because in as much as we try so much to protect peace, I have always maintained that peace is not the absence of conflict. Inside conflict, we have peace. But cutting people off entirely without an explanation subjects them into intense emotional stress, trying to figure out what they have done, and you put them in a tight circle. And see, this is a very dicey situation for anyone, because that will not even allow the person in question to move forward, because it may be, what have I done? Should I move forward or should I stay? So at this point, you do not cherish the person's growth. Because if you only cherish the person's growth, even if you don't want to end up with that person, the person's growth should be your utmost priority. In the sense that, yes, I have to let you go, but in the right best of mind, I will just tell you, see, this thing you are doing, I don't think anybody can tolerate it. You see, I've tolerated this over time, and if you do not end up changing this character, it will affect you on a long run. This is you being open.
Okay, Mr. Amatiam, I want to add, because I've kind of experienced in a situation whereby this person have to, cut this person off. You get? When the person they cut off approached the guy, it was like nothing happened. I just decided, with no explanation. He didn't give the person he cut off explanation, the reason why he did what he did. In that situation, what can you say about it?
You see, I don't believe anything happened without a reason. Nothing on this planet Earth.
Or this person in question refused to.
It is a personal act of refusal.
His reasons.
Is personal act of refusal to let you in or to tell you what you have done, not because there is no reason why he cut you off, and he is intentionally doing it, or he or she is intentionally doing it so that you feel whatever pain the person thought you must have caused him or her. Because
maybe emotional blackmail.
Yes,
like
so he's just doing it so that you will also feel the pain, but that's not the way it should go. I have always come to agree that forgiveness to me, letting go to me, is not always about the offender. It is about myself. Because sometimes I will look at myself and say, holding on to grudges people have caused me because of pain. Do you know that those people may not end up knowing they've caused me pain? Or they may be somewhere enjoying themselves, and whenever I remember them, my countenance change, my emotion will be altered. Why is it necessary? Does it worth it? Of course, I will look at this and say, I let go not because they deserve it, but because I protect my own peace.
All right, moving on to the next question I have on my list. I will start with you, Mr. Amatiam. What do you have to say when two exes have kind of decided to come back together? What do you have to say on that situation? Like, these are two people, they have separated like many years ago, or a few months ago. Like, what do you have to say them coming back again together?
If I get your question,
why they separated? What made them separate is maybe because they are not compatible. They are not compatible to each other. Stuff like that. Coming back together, is it advisable?
If I get your question correctly, you said, or you are asking if it is possible for two lovers who has parted ways a long time ago, perhaps due to their incompatibility, still come back to work things out. Is that your question?
That's my question.
Okay, thank you very much. In my own opinion, it is possible. It is possible and recommendable, but premised on certain factors. But if I did hear you correctly, you mentioned about compatibility. So, and here, talking about compatibility, it just depends on what happened and the area of incompatibility. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, the area of incompatibility. So, if incompatibility can come in a varying way. One, it could be differences in ideology, differences in faith or religious based, I understand, or even health-wise, or even some may even part ways as a result of useful exuberances, or as a result of naivety, and to some it could as well happen as a result of sexual differentials. I think it's the disorientation in sexuality. So a lot of people get stuck in this place and they just choose to go their separate way.
Let's just say these people parted way in the case of what was it called?
Ideological principles.
Ideological principle, and maybe the sexual
Disorientation.
Yeah, exactly. What do you
Okay.
have to say?
Yeah. These are two basic critical factors. One must pinch a dent while discussing this. You know why? Because ideology is a very strong factor. Because you believe in this. This is your core value. What you so much hold, esteem. And I don't believe in this. So, and over time, you've seen that this is not working. What I believe is not what this person believes. You understand? So, it can cause these two people to part ways. But when growth happens and understanding is regained, you understand? So, they both can come back and say, oh, we could have harnessed more alternative ways to work things out. So at this point, it is recommendable that when growth happens to them, they now realize the mistakes they've made in the past and say, why do we now have to part ways because of ideology? So are there no modality that will adopt in order to work out these ideological differences? So if they effortlessly come to agree that there are modalities and there are principles they can follow to work out these ideological differences, it's good for them. Understand? And on the side of sex or sexual orientation, here it comes in two ways. Its sexuality or sexual orientation comes in two ways.
Yeah.
One, they could part ways or could have parted ways as a result of infidelity. So it just depends on the individual involved. If they both say we have forgiven each other and we want to work things out, good for them. If they say we will remember what has happened no more, and what has happened in the past to us do no longer hold water for us, this is a new beginning for us. Good for them. And on the other, sexual orientation. Understand? If what this person know about sexuality and this person do not know it, and each time they want to discuss it, the other person is looking at the other person as you are corrupt, you are not spiritual enough. I am spiritually minded. You are a carnal person. They become judgmental.
Yeah.
So, assuming now I'm this kind of person that is always outburst to my babe, I'll just be teasing her off all these fantasies, because I find comfort in her arms. Understand? So, this is not me doing this thing to anybody I see. For anybody who knows me, we know that I'm very uptight. But when I now finally see this girl I am comfortable with, I become comfortable and begin to tease her. Unfortunately, she begins to see me as a carnal person. So at this moment, there is going to be emotional withdrawal. I begin to question my decision with her. Am I the right person for her? Why does she always want to make me feel like I am spiritually downcast? I am not up to that spiritual level she's operating.
Clarifier.
She carry fire and I'm cold. I'm going to water her fire down. You see, at this point, if left unchecked, it can as well cause them to part ways. Yes. So, but to me, when it comes to infidelity, personally, I'm speaking based on personal opinion. When it comes to infidelity, it's not something I personally can tolerate, because I believe that infidelity do not just happen as a result of mistake. It's a deliberate choice one makes for himself or herself. So whenever you do that, any reason you give, it just happened, it was a mistake, it's just you trying to cover up. You can explain, it's just you trying to cover up. But in the real sense of it, you have deliberately made that choice long time ago, and you wear your beautiful clothes, step out of your house. They didn't force you. And whatever decision you make that day, you do it with your clear eyes, and you come back to me to say it was just one-time mistake, that one-time mistake can cause an everlasting pain.
Okay, this last, Mr. Jerry, this last part, Mr. Amatiam has just said, based on infidelity, it must be a deliberate act. It must be a deliberate act. Do you have anything to say on it? Do you have anything to say?
I don't really have much to say because I actually concur with him in terms of it being a deliberate act. It's not. You weren't
Okay.
forced. I don't know if you get.
Okay, in a situation whereby it's a deliberate act for it to favor your partner, do you get? What do you have to say? Like there is this story like I heard some time ago. You get? I heard some time ago whereby a married couples, 6 years of their marriage, you get?
Yeah.
They were both working
Okay.
together. The man and the woman, they are married. You get? 6 years of the marriage, they are both working. Things are working fine with 3 kids. You get? Things are really going well.
Yeah.
Not until the man lost his job. You get?
Yeah.
So it was only the woman that is now carrying the family responsibilities. You get?
Okay.
So at long run, since the woman couldn't do that anymore, and the man is getting frustrated, waking up every morning, seeing your husband frustrated, this and that, looking for jobs, no job. The state of Nigeria now.
Yeah.
So at the long run, an opportunity now
came out.
Yeah. Fortunately, it was the same working place where the wife is working.
Okay.
The opportunity came out there. So the woman was like, babe, or honey, whatever, apply. I think you will get the job.
Yeah.
She has good intention, So at some point, the man couldn't, the man doubted it. Or maybe due to the wife persuasion, he reluctantly submitted his CVs and other things. So the man later got the job. You get? According to the man, he said where the problem started, it was maybe after 1 year of working at the company. You get? After 1 year. So was it on Saturday, stuff like that. So he got a text message. Are you following?
Okay.
He got a text message. He was using his wife's phone to do 1 or 2 things. He got a text message from the boss. At first, he said he thought it's a work-related issues or something. He ignored the message. So another message came in again. Do you get?
And he was tempted to.
Exactly. He was tempted to
Open
let me see what's
out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity. So the man now find out that the boss is sleeping with.
They are doing mekwe.
They are doing.
It's not one thing now. They are doing
So
mekwe.
when the man confronted his wife, the wife was like, she started crying, confessing to the husband that this is the only thing I can do for you to get the position at the office. So in this situation, the wife is trying to, let it, the infidelity, let it favor the husband kind of it. As a man in that position, just assuming you are in that position, how will you handle the situation? How will you handle the case?
Okay, there's, if we need to always understand the basis of which marriage was instituted by God. When God was saying, let no man put asunder, what am I trying to say is, you shouldn't be doing a good thing in a wrong way. There's no justification for doing something wrongly. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, if you look deeper, you might even find out that the wife might have been sleeping or having an affair with the boss before that. But for the fact that that is the only scenario that she can use to hold it as, this work you got is because of this. I don't know if you get it. However, in my own opinion,
What will you do?
in my own opinion, what I will do is, first of all, is, there are some people who might wish to forgive. I don't know if you get. that there are different views to someone who wants to let go, and there are different to many who may say, no. In fact, infidelity is something that hits so deep. So most people, even I myself, I can't hold infidelity. I don't know if you get. So some will put away their wife. Because of
and they are right.
They act, and they are right.
So they are right for putting.
Because one, that infidelity. If she was doing it for the sake of the husband, as I say, why Kukuma tell the husband from that day, honey, there is this offer, and this is the amount involved. Or look at
the condition.
Look at the condition.
Maybe what if she's afraid, like. This woman is also a
let me come in here. The woman was acting in desperation.
Okay.
She was desperate. Regardless of her good gesture.
Her husband,
I understand. I thank her for looking out for her husband. I appreciate her for being concerned. But then there are good gestures you do in a wrong way. So if perhaps this offer comes, let's call a spade a spade. Wrongdoing anywhere is wrongdoing. No matter how we tailor it to fit in a particular logic.
Wrong is wrong.
Infidelity is infidelity. And if the man decides to put away that marriage, he is justified. Regardless of the good, you can't take my marital vow against me to favor me. Because I took you and we had a vow to remain faithful to each other. Regardless of what will happen. So when situation that tried your faith, your resolve, and your commitment in marriage came, you hid it from me. All in the pretense or in an act of trying to favor me. Quite all right, you favored me. But I am now sitting in an office which defied my marital vow.
So are you going to leave the office?
First of all, I will leave the office to protect my dignity. And I will continue to explore other options. Because that is not the only option. Regardless of the fact that Nigeria is a difficult terrain in terms of job hunting.
Will the wife also leave the office?
It's left for me now to decide. Whenever I decide, for me now, if I decide to put away the marriage, I have made up my mind that this marriage is coming to an end, regardless of the fact that you did it for me to regain my balance, but you defied the substance of marriage. You defied it. So imagine me sitting in an office where my wife's body is being exchanged for the money I get. So suppose my wife's body stop going to the boss, I stand the risk of being fired at any time. So it's going to be perpetual act continuously. My wife continue to do this. So money keep coming to me. And I keep spending the money thinking that I merited it. Neither did I know, or little did I know that
something is servicing
the money I am getting. So number one, I will resign. And I will have to make that deliberate decision. And if I decide to put this marriage to an end, the man is justified. Even Bible recommends it. That if you want to put a wife out of the marriage, so let it be based on act of infidelity. And here, infidelity.
What about the children? Are you going to consider, while putting away the marriage, are you considering the children? Don't you think there should be a way you guys should amend? Because this woman in person, she was pleading for forgiveness with wholeheartedly. You get?
You see here, if she's pleading, and it depends on individual, just like architect has rightly stated. It depends on individual. Some might say, I end up this marriage. Some will say, okay, fine, but they will get angry.
Sure.
they will definitely get angry.
Sure.
Some will say, okay, fine, it's all right, let's work things out. But things cannot just work right. If this works in two ways, an act of infidelity has been established,
Definitely.
and the man, whatever if he now decides to put the marriage to an end, he is right and justified. However, if he still wants to continue that marriage, one, they should, both of the man and his wife, have to have this deep, uncomfortable conversation where detailed truth is revealed. Another one is that they should seek therapy or counselor, marriage counselor, that will guide them properly on what to do to regain trust
Trust
and build up their family. Lastly, the man shouldn't be seen anywhere in that company. He should resign,
Even the wife again.
and both of them should resign.
So
But where I am concerned is that if both of them resign at once, the finance of the family is going to be threatened. Understand?
Definitely.
So this is where, if they agree to work things out for themselves, the man will now pretend as, I have not gotten information that my wife is having an affair with her boss. No, the man will just pretend. Then the woman will now have to tender resignation letter. So the man will continue going
So why they start looking
out for other opportunity for the, because you can't keep a yam and a goat and say, hey, this goat, don't chop this yam. A stubborn he goat will always go and chop it. So in as much as the woman continue to work in that company, she might one day be threatened, blackmailed, or pressured, and the boss, being the stubborn he goat, will continue to chop the yam, and it's not going to augur well with that man's emotional well-being. So this is my take.
You see when, it's just like I always try to remind people, whenever you want to do something, check the background root of which you are starting that thing. You see the implication of the good deed that was built on wrong background. You see what is now causing. Now, do you know another thing it ends up causing?
No.
Over time, you said it was even after 1 year by the man that.
Yeah.
So which means this has started right from the beginning of the time the man was employed.
Or maybe right from the beginning when she got the job.
Or right
Because
from
you
the
never
beginning.
know.
But from maybe
Perhaps
let's
she secured the job for herself.
let's take it. It started from the point
the husband was employed.
based on what she has narrated. Now, if you notice, you will see that in most cases, there were stories that happened that was on Facebook years ago. You find out that the children of the man may not belong to the man. It might be to the boss. These things are happening. This is another implication of good deeds.
And it will now begin to give this distrust. Could my children be mine?
So these are the implications of good deeds that were
done
built
in a
on
wrong
wrong background. So when he now goes to check, if you check in the ratio of maybe people in the ratio of 100 or ratio of 10, people in the same list, if you are using 100, don't be surprised that 60 will fall into the category that the children does not belong to the husband. And now, even if they have chosen to reconcile, it's not only that particular one they are settling up. They also have to think about they are raising not only they are raising another person's child. So if you've seen that single act of wrong deed have continued to multiply, and tomorrow, if the children now grows up, I don't know, when it gets to settlement of the man's property, the children will end up fighting. You are not our biological. You see how that small act of thing you are saying you good. You see how it has increased down to even when the man is dead, the children will be fighting for the property. This one will tell you are not my biological father. This one will tell you, and that is that. So in my own view, there is no justification for doing something good in a wrong way. Don't use that it was because of. If he was tell the husband, they should be ready to fix.
If the husband, like such opportunity, because here the woman has breached the trust completely, in as much as she's looking out for the husband.
Okay, let's say this man, based on decide to leave their marriage. What would you have advised him if you are in a place, if you are in a position to advise the man, putting the children in consideration? Let's just say the children are his biological children. You get it?
Okay.
So how will he be able to handle this?
See, he's not going to be the first person that leaves his marriage with kids, and there are welfare packages, welfare programs for the children.
Yes.
And that I am leaving the marriage and my children being under my custody, still I do not deprive them the right not to see their mother.
Yes.
Their mother remains their mother.
Exactly.
But entirely I cannot stay under the same roof with the woman who has breached the marital vow. Suppose the man now wants to leave on a condition that the man has made up his mind to leave, but on the condition that the man say, okay, fine, but I can work things out, I forgive you. Understand? My recommendation for them is seek a marriage counselor. The marriage counselor will guide them, and they will work things out, and things will work out in their family.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Amatiama and my brother, Architect Jerry. So I'll have to throw my last question to Mr. Jerry. So in a situation whereby newly married or people that are in courtship,
yeah,
you get, or let's just take it as newly married couple,
yeah,
whereby the lady was sexually assaulted. You get?
yeah.
So at the cause of that, she now contracts a deadly disease or maybe even pregnancy or both. So if you are in the position of the man, what will be your decision? What will you do? Do you understand my question?
I do 100%. This is a very critical question. And so we have two things we are dealing with here, and we have pregnancy, and we have in a case if it's a transmitted disease. Okay, so and first of all, there's what we have to understand here. When we talk about cheating as an act of choice, that is different. Here now, she didn't bargain for it. You get, and we could also see it. What if it's the opposite? What if it's a set of thieves that are females that came for the man? So I believe the man will also come. Can't you see? They came.
It could also could also be maybe the case of Babin. Maybe you contract the infection. You see, you do not cheat. I mean, in the case of men.
No. What we are talking about is it wasn't what she bargained. It was maybe all this kind of robbery kind of things. Now we are not saying somebody randomly contacted disease. That's from your question is as a result of
so what
maybe
back to what we are saying.
So what I'm saying is if it's pregnancy, maybe as at the time the thieves came and all that, and maybe she was sexually assaulted. I feel that as at that moment, the lady might be going through a lot. You get? She is not her choice. She might be emotionally unstable. She might be depressed. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So is the time that her loved ones, even the husband, needs to be there for her. You get? And in such situation, it could be managed. The pregnancy and everything could be managed, and they could also seek counseling. I don't know if you get.
Yes. You see, I now
That could help them
to add up to
manage
what the architect has said already. You see, when somebody, a woman, is violated sexually, it is not her bargain. Because to be sexually violated is a horrible experience. Even she can't wish that experience to her enemies. So is to me is a monster. It's a beast that shouldn't be allowed to gain dominance in our society. It should be highly condemned. You understand? So to violate anybody, because there are some reasons why these men that engages in this act, peddles most times, they will tell you that whenever a woman or a girl is violated sexually, it's maybe how she dressed. How she dressed is her choice, and she gets right to her body. So because how she dressed does not tell you to lose control, you are not a dog. You control yourself. Don't, if you desire her, you approach her and bargain. If she agrees, fine. If she does not, you back out. Understand? So that's another thing. The other side is that she didn't bargain for such an experience. But she could be defaulting at a certain point that perhaps she was assaulted and she concealed that to me, because HIV virus developed in 3 months, pregnancy developed in 1 month or 3 weeks, at least. But if she have such horrible experience and she hides such information to me, it's a breach of trust. It's a complete breach of trust. Because at this point, when she, and I'm her husband, when she is violated, at least she can as well speak to someone she can trust. Because I believe that if she speaks to someone she can trust, within the 3 days, within the 72 hours of that experience, maybe visit the hospital. One, the chances of contracting that virus will be limited. Chances, the 72 hours of that act. So, the chances of taking HIV preventive mechanism will be effective. You understand? Now, other medical examination will be conducted on her to ascertain if there has been other sexually transmitted infections or diseases on her. You understand? And something like that. And that of pregnancy is something you have to keep. You have to keep, like, maybe in the next 3 weeks to watch how things will go. Understand? But if here you do not tell me any of this, and after I do not have information about this, assaulted, nothing, after 1 month or 3 months, I begin to question you. How? And because at this point you may not have evidence to tender. Even if you have evidence, you have ended up betraying my trust, because why can't you come to me directly and we solve this problem?
What if she was afraid?
Afraid of talking to her husband. Let me state things clearly here. Women should not marry a man they cannot be comfortable to speak to.
There's no need of marrying someone.
Why will you marry someone? Why will you marry me and you cannot completely open up your troubles?
Like
why would they do that? Why would they do? Such marriage is a kind of, I don't know how to describe it. that you knowingly, maybe it's a kind of forced marriage, knowingly marry a man that you cannot speak to about your worries. What's the essence? But in a situation she have brought it to my notice, we could join hands together, fight this thing together. Then let us know that we could prevent that HIV before it starts developing.
So what if in a situation whereby you cannot, like it's too late maybe to prevent it, or
now look at it medically. When a woman is assaulted sexually and she gets medical attention within the 72 hours of that assault, the chances of decimating or preventing that HIV virus is very high. So if you cannot speak to me within these 3 days, something is wrong. That means you never find me comfortable around you. Understand? So when situation becomes dicey is when you do not seek medical attention. 3 days after that, you now have a high risk of developing that disease. So if after that 3 days and she did not inform me, I will be, unless she is, I don't know how I'll put it, but there is no way she will be only in the house that nobody visits the house in 3 days. So
it wasn't even if nobody visit the house. You have your husband, you've called, you see, you have your phone.
or even you test
See the situation on board. People must, even if you are the one at home in the house, or your husband is the type that travels out.
the husband will make arrangements of people that will come and
you put call now. Things are
understand. So, but here, if she refuses to talk, she is also putting the entire family at risk. One, her emotional stability will continue to shatter the family over and over again. You know why? Because we are going to be directly dealing with experience we don't know. But if I am aware on time, I know that this is what happened. Here, it is me and her.
okay. So are there chances in any way whereby the man have to leave? Are there any chances whereby maybe something
The man may decide to leave if there is a concealing of information for a very long time. That you have such a horrible experience and you don't deem it fit to let your husband know. Not because you actually bargained for this, but it is an experience that you never bargained for. So I don't see the reason you should be afraid of your husband. But if you keep it for so long, maybe after 3 months, how do you now come to me and let me agree that 3 months ago something like that happened and I'm just getting to know?
I just be like you cooked up.
It's a cooked up and I'm just getting to know about it. Or 1 month ago, something like that. And perhaps I'll be telling you, I'm not around. How come? Pregnancy. There is a way I'm going to be looking at this whole stories as a cooked up story, and at this point, one, it's created, even if it was a real truth, it has created a distrust mind in that man that I don't believe this. Why is it now that I get to know about this? That means something must have been playing on the low, and you are just using this assault as a means of letting me know because something has escalated. So at this stage, the man will be weighing option of leaving or staying.
Okay.
But if the actual thing after 72 hours, information was disseminated, communication was passed through the husband, immediately such experience happened. The husband now have first-hand information. Fine. The husband will go through this phase of life with his wife.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Amatiama. I guess that will be all we will be having today. On our next video, we still have couple of things to discuss, couple of controversial issues to thrash out. So you, our viewers, if you have that controversial question, just like I said earlier, please bring it up to us. Don't fear. You can come as an anonymous, whichever way it is. You can bring it up. I believe we will help you to thrash it out, give you some answers which you will be needing in future. So, Mr. Amatiama, do you have any final?
My final remarks, just like you have highlighted about controversial room, people asking questions. In addition to what you've said, a controversial room is a platform where untold stories are shared.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable truths are made or revealed or made to be known. Because people, if you look or check closely, people are going through one or two things of which they don't know how and who to talk to. And again, is also a platform where controversies that centers around lifestyle, religion, faith, belief system, relationship, marriage. It's a platform that guarantees all that. So perhaps you have any confusion or anything worth confusing you, or a controversy that is going on in your life or someone you know, Controversial Room Podcast got you covered. So,
all right. Thank you so much, Mr.
That's what I can say.
Okay. Just as they both have said, and you can bring always share with us some challenging untold stories, maybe to help you analyze and get a clearer view on a solution or the next step or approach to take.
All right, guys. If you are seeing our video for the first time and you have not subscribed until now, I don't know what you are waiting for. Do well to subscribe, comment, and like. So we will see you on our next video.